All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of Island Ball. We're your hosts. The Indiana Pacers just beat the Knicks 138 to 135 in overtime in one of the craziest just games you'll see in general. Um,
hmm
Extremely crazy game. I mean, trailing by 14 with just about like just under 2 minutes left or a little over 2 minutes left and coming back. I
Yeah,
mean, I thought Halliburton gamed that shot. I mean, his foot was
I
on
did
line, but
too.
then crazy. But yeah, I mean. You don't just start us right off.
Um,
Insane,
this
but
is a bad loss. I know it's game one, so game one, feel
yeah.
out game, but being up by that much this is I want the Knicks to win. I won't say I'm a Knicks fan, but this probably
Nobody.
hurts as a Knicks fan just because you're winning by that much, and then Halliburton ties it, so you're like, oh, you get lucky, you almost lost, and it's like you still lose an OT. I think they got two pretty good shots at the end too. I'm not saying they're the best shots, but for what it's worth, and the time and everything. I think Cat he's just a little short. That's open,
Yeah.
and Brunson makes those shots all the time. So yeah.
Yeah. I mean, in terms of those two shots, like you said, for the moment, how much time was left. I mean, you're not gonna, asking for just a great wide open clean looks kind of hard. So the in terms of like you said, the moment, those were pretty clean looks. The cat one was just short, like you said. It was pretty deep, but so he's a little short on
hmm
that. And I mean, you just live with that Brunson one. I feel like he got a clean look, even though it was kind of difficult. And
hmm
but I mean, the Knicks, I mean, they had played, I thought, I mean, they took control of the game and it was because Brunson just I mean, he was in foul trouble
hmm
for a lot of the game. And I thought a lot
Yeah.
of those fouls were just ticky-tacky too, to be honest. Especially with how the game was going. They were letting a lot
hmm
go at certain points, a lot of physicality. And I just thought a lot of his fouls just were kind of just, I didn't think they were I wouldn't have called
I
them.
think that the one on McConnell, that was like a bad foul by him. Like I think
Yeah,
he should
yeah,
have just
yeah.
because
Yeah.
that was obvious.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then also, I mean, Cat had four, but Cat always kind of in foul trouble. I didn't understand in overtime why he wasn't like playing. Do you understand why he wasn't playing like the whole time?
No, I don't actually. Yeah, I know. I don't know. I really
I
don't.
know
I mean,
Mitchell Robinson had a big impact, but
yeah, he did. Do you really? I mean, do you think it has anything to just do with the pacing and just like, because I mean, he played 40 minutes, but like playing the Pacers, that
mhm.
40 minutes is different, I mean, I know that,
Yeah.
yeah, just because the pacing, how fast they're
Um,
playing, and just, I don't know if he was tired or anything, but I don't know. Or maybe they just liked what, because I mean, they like having Mitchell Robinson out there just because of what he brings, but
mhm.
so I really don't know though, but what do you think?
I mean, yeah, I think I don't know why they don't do it more, but I love when they put Mitchell Robinson and Cat together because to be honest, like Mitchell Robinson had 2 points and 8 rebounds, but like I know he has a free throw struggle, but just in the first quarter
Yeah.
and like it was like the first quarter, he just makes such like he damn near changes the game just because
Mhm.
like it feels like every missed shot he grabs basically every rebound. And like just his impact was like I thought he was the X factor in the series for the Knicks, and he's showing it. But like even with saying that, Cat had 35,
Yeah.
and was damn near the best player on the
He's
floor,
hitting
with
some big
Brunson.
shots. He was hitting some really big
Yeah, big
shots. But,
shots. So
but
maybe you're right about the pace, but I think you just need your best players on the court, and
yeah.
that was a little confusing.
Like you
And they
said
had him
though,
for the last
yeah, yeah,
couple things.
yeah. But like you said, I mean, it's game one, but I mean, this is just a horrible loss for the Knicks. I mean, Brunson gets that fifth
Yeah.
foul through the fourth
hmm
quarter, but then they go on a 14-0 run. I mean, they really took control of the game there. OG, who had like
hmm
struggled for like really the whole game, especially offensively, or really just offensively. I mean, he hit some shots, he got going a little bit, was making a lot of plays, which contributed to that big run that they had. And I
Yeah.
mean, that's just a complete collapse. I mean, credit to the
hmm
Pacers. I mean, just hitting all those shots. Neesmith, I mean, what he hit like six threes in the final 2 minutes, something like that.
Yeah, Neesmith and he was playing great defense too. So
Yeah,
shout out
yeah.
Neesmith.
And then just the degree of difficulty on a bunch of those threes. Uh,
hmm
I mean, that's just. I feel like that's
Nemhard
a
had
tough
a
loss. That's just a tough loss to
yeah.
stomach. I mean, in that way. But I mean, yeah. I mean, that's tough. And then because the reason why they were OG, what's it called? He missed a free throw, right? Which was what led.
hmm
Yeah, he missed that first free throw. He
Yeah,
made the second, which is what led to them being
bad.
up by two. Yeah, I mean
hmm
that's just tough. I mean,
Cat missed a free throw too, right?
I think so, yeah. Well,
Cat missed a free. Yeah,
no,
that
no,
was.
no, because it was. I'm trying to remember who was it? Cat who shot it right before? I thought he made both.
I'm pretty sure it was.
I thought he made.
Or I thought he missed one. I might be
Oh,
wrong
he
though.
did. You're right. He did miss one. Yep. Yeah, and then they
Yeah, I think.
fouled. And they fouled. That's
Yeah,
what they did. Yeah, they fouled Neesmith on that baseline. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, so I mean, two free throws missed there. That I mean, you make those the games basically. I mean, yeah,
it's over. Yeah.
yeah, it's over. But
I mean, it's not like one of those things where it's like the Knicks look at this tough loss, but it's not like, oh, the series is over, or oh, like we can't do this. It's like it just seems like a series that's gonna go seven. I hope it goes
yeah,
seven. Just I mean, the one thing is the Pacers, they have more depth, so you saw them like pressing and they're trying to basically tire the Knicks out because the Knicks
yeah,
don't have much, and like they're not as fast-paced team, so they can really, I think, tire them out, especially because they have McConnell off the bench that's, sprinting the whole game.
yeah.
And then off the bench, the Knicks don't have like I think Cameron Payne I think he had just his energy. It doesn't show up on the stat sheet, but his energy kind of was big. And Miles McBride, Mitchell Robinson played good, but they have an 8-man rotation basically, while the Pacers have 10. So maybe you see later in the series like they might get tired out, but
But that's
we'll
why,
see.
even though you don't want to overreact to game one, I feel like this is just such a big swing. Like this
Yeah,
could be a determining factor
yeah,
because I mean, obviously they took home court now, right? But just like you
uh-huh.
said, I mean, you never want to assume that they're gonna. If they could easily get tired out. I mean, just
Yeah,
by game six or seven, you could just. I mean, that's what the Pacers have done to teams. I mean, the past two
yeah. That's
playoff series, or past two seasons. I mean, in the playoffs. So I mean, like
hmm
you said, you could easily see that, and like, especially a game like this where I mean, you just should win. I mean, I just saw a stat. It was like teams went up 14 plus points with like 240 left, or like they were. It was. I mean, it's like 1 in 994. I mean, because the Knicks just lost, but so it
so
was like.
like it never happens.
Yeah, it was like 1,000 teams and it never had happened. So,
Yeah, I mean,
so it's
I
just
don't
tough.
think Neesmith's not going to get hot. I mean, you never know, but that's just like incredible shooting. But it's also just the whole game, even the first half. I mean, I guess the Pacers weren't defending either, but the Knicks are supposed to be like somewhat of a defensive team, and they just couldn't guard like anything. Like that
Yeah.
first quarter, like I think they start off like 8 for 8,
Yeah, they
and
started off hot.
it's not like the Pacers are. Shout out to the Pacers and Tyrese because it's not like the Pacers get bad shots. It seems like they get an open shot like every single play. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like every single play. It's not like they have many tough shot makers, which could be a hindrance. Well, I shouldn't say that because
Nemhard,
Nemhard's a
both
playoff
Nemhard
player.
and
Yeah,
Halliburton have been making
yeah,
some tough
and
shots.
Halliburton.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm just saying it don't seem like in the early
Nemhard
parts of
just,
the game they get type of tough shots. They're just getting open shots every
yeah.
time down the court.
Yeah. But I mean, that's something that contributes to why they've done so well, though, too. Because I mean, they're generating these
Mhm.
just great looks. I mean, that's going to pay
Mhm.
off most of the time, over the course of the whole game. So,
Yeah.
I mean, another thing, just like you said, I mean, shout out Tyrese Halliburton. I mean, he's been dominant this whole year. He's been really
Mhm.
clutch. I mean, especially I mean, this playoff run. I mean, hitting just big shot after big shot. Um, I mean, got a lucky bounce, but I mean, he made it. But yeah,
Yeah, it was. I don't know. I think we have to give Tyrese a little more credit.
yeah,
I mean, it seems like he hits every clutch shot,
yeah.
and for a while he had the little overrated people thought he was
Well,
overrated, but
I don't think anyone who like really watches basketball like that and who's really into it, everyone understands Tyrese's value, in terms of,
hmm
I mean, I understand what people are saying in terms of like, I mean, because I think the main thing that just people say is like his bag or whatever, just because they see his jump shot and like how he
yeah,
generates scoring. But like, I don't know, if you just watch his game, it's just, I mean, that offense is just flow
flowing.
through him, you know what I mean? Like, but
Yeah.
yeah. So I mean, his impact is just it's just always felt. It's just there, but but
And I know people talk about like the East is whatever weak, the Pacers, blah blah blah, but like I think the Pacers, like even if they're in the West, they're legitimate finals threat. Like just after watching them, even
Hmm.
the Cavs series, I know they had some injuries, the Cavs, but like the Pacers when you watch them are just like a really good basketball team. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And even if not, I mean, you got to play with what, I mean, you can't change none of this. So, and they're making the plays when they're winning these games, making the plays. So, I mean, you can't just discredit them for that. But yeah, like you
Mhm.
said, they're definitely a real team. I mean, they made it this far for a reason. And I mean, it's going to be crazy watching this series. This is going to be a great series. But
I know, I'm excited.
yeah. But
Is it-
yeah. What were you going to say?
I was just gonna ask you, like, do you think I know it doesn't on stat sheet, OG and McHale did
Yeah.
what they were supposed to do, but I just feel like down the stretch they could have got a little more. I know the ball's gonna be in Brunson's hands and Cat's hands, but I don't know. There's just plays down the stretch where I saw OG and McHale and then they just weren't. I mean, I don't know. I'm kind of rambling, but I just feel like, do you think you need a little more from them in these type of games? And
Oh
if you
man,
want to
it's
win the,
tough. It's tough because I know what you're saying, and it's
yeah,
like it's just so crazy how I mean, if they won this game, we wouldn't be really
yeah,
talking
yeah,
about that too
exactly.
much. But because I think you're just gonna need. It's hard to say you're gonna need a little more from everyone, but I think there's certain things that they need to be on point with more. Like
Hmm.
even Josh Hart, like late in that game, I can't remember if it was in overtime. I think it might have been to like when they were going on their run to end the
Hmm.
fourth to come back. Like he was just ball watching Tyrese on a drive and like it led to a wide open layup, I think, for Nemard on a cut.
Hmm.
It's just certain things like that where I think just everyone like just there were just some defensive lapses so much
Yeah.
at certain times where I think just the whole Knicks as a unit need to just bottle down a little more. Um, in terms of the just for your specifically on OG and Mikal, it's tough. I mean, you've gotten a lot out of them this whole playoff series. It
Hmm.
definitely, I think, if you are gonna win this series, I think you're gonna need more from OG on the offensive end, like he's done this
Yeah.
whole playoff run. But so I definitely think that because he struggled for
Hmm.
basically 3 quarters of this game,
Yeah.
offensively. So I don't think you can have that and win this series, or it's gonna be really challenging if that continues to be the case.
Yeah. Because just getting, was it 80? Wait, let me do the math. 78 points combined, like 35 from Cat and 43 from
Yeah.
Benson. And then losing this game, it's just, I don't know. It's going to be tough, but I
Yeah,
still see this series going 6 or 7. It's just,
100%. Yeah.
yeah, it's mostly just, Thibodeau's a defensive coach. It's just offensively, I think they played because it's like even down the stretch when the Pacers went on a run, it
Hmm.
was like a 20-6 run in 2 minutes. It's like that's not the best offense. It's just they literally could not get a stop.
And they
So
were just hitting some tough shots, to be
yeah,
honest.
yeah.
Like it was Neesmith hitting some crazy, and then Tyrese hit a three too. But
Mhm.
I mean, if you're the Knicks, I mean, this series is 100% not over. Like
No, not at
there shouldn't
all.
be any overreacting. It's just in terms of just how slim the margins have been this year, and like
Mhm.
just how slim they're going to be. We might, I mean, it's very possible we look back and like this is something that really decided the series, just because of how
Yeah,
slim the margins are. So just it's good to mention that, but in no way, shape, or form are the Knicks out. I mean, I expect them to totally just I don't even know if bounce back's the word because they didn't have a horrible game. I mean, they just sold at the end, but I expect them to come out and be just more dominant on the defensive end in game two,
yeah.
Um, I don't think like you said the 7 for 7 or 8 for 8 whatever the start was,
Mhm.
something like that. I don't expect that to happen. I expect them to be more locked down and focused on that. And I mean I expect them to take game two, but I don't see them losing both at home. But yeah,
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if I have much else to say. Just I had a great time watching it. I hope it goes
yeah,
7.
yeah,
Thriller. I mean, yeah, I'm trying to think. On the Pacers side, I'm trying to look at what the Pacers can do differently because I know that because they could have they almost lost, but when you win, you just look at, what could the Knicks have done.
yeah.
I guess on the Pacers side, I would just like to see Benedict Mathurin get a little more
Hmm.
involved because when he's on, he's like another guy that can get his own bucket. So
Yeah.
do you have anything,
Yeah, as a Pacers fan, I'd be really encouraged.
Yeah.
I mean, just seeing this because, I think one of the things was, just in terms of the pace, I think a lot of reasons why a team struggles just adjusting to the pacing the Pacers play with and their style of offense and whatnot. And,
Hmm.
just like in the Warriors or even the Rockets back in the day, like, it would take a while for teams to adjust and you could kind of see that on the floor.
Yeah.
Just but just seeing that, they still pulled this game out, even though they didn't have a comfortable lead, really, at too many
Mhm.
points in the game, and they actually had to come back and put up, like, they came back the way they did at the end, would
Mhm.
encourage me, just because of how great the Knicks have been in these close games. They have one of the best closers in the game, Jalen Brunson. So
Yeah.
just them being able to pull out this close game like that, come back in the way they did. I thought they got great minutes from Obi Toppin. Um,
Mhm.
it's not going to show up necessarily on the stat sheet. I mean, he did have 10 rebounds, but even though he missed a dunk early in the second half, wide open dunk,
Yeah, that was
was
bad.
crazy. But yeah, that was bad. But I just thought he was just his. I thought his presence was felt, a lot.
Yeah.
And I
He had
thought he
two
was,
clutch dunks.
huh?
She had two clutch dunks.
Yeah, yeah. So I thought that was a bright spot though, just for anything. And I mean, I'd be really encouraged if I was a Pacers fan. Not that they need any of that. I'm sure they're ready. Just have been really just high on their team, but.
Hmm.
I think it's great too, just for the NBA, just seeing, because, Indiana's been a small market team.
Yeah.
Just, not that many people, especially in an 82 game season, are tuning
Mhm.
into Indiana too much. I don't think they get too many primetime games. So just, them, just being able to showcase the team that they are, how good they are. It's good for the NBA, I think. But
I think this whole like the rest of the playoffs is just teams. I know the Knicks are a big market, but just a lot of teams you win it. I don't think
yeah.
anyone at the beginning of the season would expect, the
Yeah.
Pacers and Knicks to be in the Eastern Conference Finals and the
Yeah.
Timberwolves and Thunder.
A lot of the
So
younger guys too, so it's good.
yeah,
But
so that's good. I still hope the Knicks win, but I mean
yeah,
the
I
Pacers
mean,
are a fun, likable team as well.
yeah. But you want to quickly touch on the Thunder, T-Wolves game?
Yeah, I'm down.
All right. So I mean, the other day the Thunder beat them 114 to 88. They went on
Mhm,
a crazy run at the end of the third. That
mhm,
really, just that's when they really took control of the game. Um, I mean, before we even really get into the game, I mean. And I know a lot of people are talking about it, obviously, because Shea won MVP today too. That's another thing we can
mhm.
talk about. But I mean,
Yeah,
I just really hate some of those fouls he was getting. I mean, I really
yeah, yeah,
just don't like it.
definitely.
I don't like watching it too. It's like, you know, it's
Yeah,
just it's
it's
just
not a fun.
annoying. Like there
Yeah.
are certain fouls where like, was getting grabbed or held, and like I understand that, they
Mhm.
were getting handsy, but if you're just gonna just drive and someone's just sliding guard with you, you're just gonna bump into them and just throw it up and fall. It's just like I'm not here to watch that. Like
Yeah.
I really don't want to watch that. It's like, and I mean that's the grifting and just all that.
Mhm.
I'm just not here for it. I hate that, to just be completely honest. I think it's bad basketball. But
Yeah, I've always been on that.
yeah,
And it's just I'm not yeah, I mean the Thunder had complete control of the game, so it's not like the singular game they would have, lost if Shea didn't foul bait, but it's like the whole year, just the foul baiting is just it's kind of like when Harden did it. I think it
yeah.
might be on a worse scale to be. No, Harden was
No, 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 no. You
bad.
gotta. We remember talking about it all the time with Harden.
Yeah, no,
You
Harden
know
because
the
Harden
the
would do the arm
the
thing.
hook. Yeah, no, it was
Well,
bad.
Shea kind of just Shea like he like goes low and puts his body so he's like already like about to fall down, and any ounce of contact he just
Okay.
like
Yeah, it's just like as a defender, what are you supposed to do for some of the? It's just like you're just
yeah,
sliding with him. You're not even, and he's just bumping into you, and he's just throwing it up. It's just like
yeah.
I think they got to fix that because that's just like complete BS in my opinion. Like,
I thought they would in the playoffs because they've been letting him play a lot. I thought in the playoffs he wouldn't get away with it, but there's a couple
yeah,
calls where it was like it is I guess a foul, but it's like what you're saying like what is the defender supposed to do? So
yeah, I mean, yeah,
a little annoying.
but
But to be more positive, I want to give a big shout out. I've been loving him all year, but because on stat wise, he doesn't look that good. But I think Casey Wallace is like so good. Like he was so good this game. He only had 3 points. He had 7 assists, which looks good on the stat sheet. But just him like guarding Ant, it was just he's just
yeah,
basically all over Ant. And it wasn't just him. Caruso played great defense on him too. He's another guy that gives a big shout out. But just Casey Wallace, all throughout the year, I think he should be all defense candidate. And just he just plays such good basketball, like non-stat sheet. Like he moves well without the ball. He only went 1 for 3 today, but like he's not gonna force anything. He's a great passer, and he's just one of those guys that's like a winning basketball player, minus the stats. So
Yeah,
But before
yeah.
we talk about anything else, I just want to give a shout out to Case and
Oh yeah,
Waller.
no, 100% totally agree. And just, I mean, not trying to switch gears too quickly, but I mean that's a reason why I thought it would have been a tough matchup for us too. And I
Uh,
mean that's why I would have loved to see us if Steph was healthy play against them, just because
yeah,
the bodies they had,
yeah.
Casey Wallace, Caruso, Lou Dort, obviously, just
Uh-huh.
'cause the speed of these guys, just the defenders that they are, it would have
Yeah.
been a great challenge. But yeah, no, totally agree with everything you said about them. But yeah,
Yeah, I think Anthony Edwards mentioned their defense is like a little like an AAU team like
yeah, I've
defense.
seen that.
And it
Yeah,
low-key does feel like that because it's like I wouldn't say it's like defensively their schemes, of course, but it's just like Caruso, Case and Wallace, Dort, even J-Dub, even Shea, like everyone they're just moving fast and like
yeah,
they're
different.
basically just putting everyone in a box.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I think it would have been tough for the Warriors because it seems like Houston was similar to that, but they just didn't have like a closer.
And just the offense in general.
Yeah, the offense which OKC had. So it seems
Yeah.
like I mean
No,
if they
that's why. If we were gonna win, I thought it was gonna go seven. But
yeah
if we had any chance, but that's why I would have loved to seen it if we were healthy. But.
yeah
But in terms of just the Minnesota Timberwolves, I mean, I don't know, it's tough. I mean, I guess Jaden McDaniels. I mean, because he had been a bright spot. Just the
hmm
offensive production you're getting from him. Um, I mean, he didn't get as many shots today. So I mean, just. I don't know. I feel like there's just if they're gonna have any chance, they're just gonna have to generate more looks for him. Just
yeah
Ant just by himself was even generating just a bunch of corner threes for him
yeah
these past two series, especially in the Warrior series.
yeah
That's was generating a lot of points, and then I mean he was just being a knockdown shooter from that corner. So I think that's one thing you're just gonna have to get more offensive production out of him. Um, I mean, and whether it's fair or not, I think you're just gonna have to just get a lot more from Ant too. I mean, just
yeah
because I mean, in my opinion, the Thunder have the best remaining roster. Maybe the Knicks, but they definitely have the better roster in my opinion.
yeah I agree.
And especially just because of how great their defense is too. It's just
Yeah.
Ant's gonna need to be like Superman in order for them to just get the offensive production and for them to, I think, just have any chance of winning these games. But
Yeah, I mean, I know you're not supposed to spend much on the role players, but even the last series, Dante and Nikhil Alexander, I know they play great defense and all that,
yeah,
but like they're just not giving you enough off the bench. And they have their set 8-man rotation with Dante,
yeah.
Nikhil. Naz Reid had a bad game today, but I think he'll pick it up. But
But
I
that's
just
also, they're role players too. I mean, there's a reason why, and obviously they
yeah,
have
yeah.
been playing better and stepping up, which is a big reason why they've gotten this far. But like at the end of the day, it goes down to Shay and Ant. You know what I mean? Like if one just
Yeah.
completely outplays the other, like that's gonna be a big difference in the series. And if like Shay, I mean, even if he shot a lot of free throws, he's giving you 31 and Ant's
hmm
giving you 18. It's like that's a big difference already, especially when just
hmm
OKC's roster is just better and all too.
I don't know. I can see Ant having a better series and OKC winning like five, to be honest.
Oh no, but that's what I'm saying. That's why it's like if Ant's not even giving you that production,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
just
yeah.
no chance. There's no shot they're winning. But
I don't know. I know he's just a rookie and this might sound crazy, but I would really give Terrence Shannon a shot in this series.
hmm,
I think he's someone, I don't know if you know much about, he can create his own shot. And like whenever he has the opportunity, he always like kind of somewhat delivers. And I know Nikhil Alexander Walker is like a staple 28 minutes a guy or like 20, whatever. He had 28 minutes this game, but offensively, he's just giving you like basically nothing. He had a couple
yeah.
good games last series, but I don't know. His defense wasn't really, I don't know. I didn't think it was that good where he's playing this many minutes.
Yeah. I don't really see them going away from that though, to be honest. Even
You don't
though
think so?
which is yeah, just because of the moment too, just the big games and stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
I
don't
don't
really
think
see
so
them.
either.
Yeah. But
Because this has been their 8-man rotation like the whole year.
yeah.
And like, I guess it fits. It's just, I guess same what, I mean, no, Dante had his moments last series, and you're always going to play Dante.
Yeah.
I guess saying like you want more from them, even though they're role players, you're right. Like you don't know if you can
Yeah.
from them.
Yeah. Like I mean, yeah, like even Mike Conley too, it's just I don't know. That's what I'm saying. It's gonna be tough. But
I just think I know it's one game, but this is a game I would, if I'm Minnesota, I would kind of overreact to, just
mm,
because. I don't. I know like Ant's probably gonna have a better game. Maybe these role players step up, but OKC, it's not like Case and Wallace and Cruz are gonna stop playing defense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not like Shea went 10 for 27. I can see him having a lot better game than that. It's not like they're shooting like they shot well, but it's not like they're shooting,
And then
crazy well.
and then both Chet and Hardenstein are gonna basically give you what they've just
Exactly. So
always
it's like
given you,
I don't
So there's
I'm
less variance in their game.
yeah.
And if Chet has an explosive offensive game where he's hitting shots, out on the perimeter,
Mhm.
his confidence is high, he's drawing fouls, like then you're really in trouble too. But
Yeah.
so I really think it's gonna be tough for Minnesota, like you said. But
Yeah. Shout out to Julius Randle. He had a really
mm,
good first half, and then they kind of slowed him down. Chet was just not on straight Julius Randle, but just in general was just a monster on defense because he doesn't really jump that much, moves his feet well. So it's gonna be tough.
yeah. But game two is tomorrow, right? Yeah.
If it was
Game two is
tomorrow.
tomorrow. OKC 7.5 point favorites at home. Yep. Anything else you want to touch on to both series before we move on? Okay.
Um, anything
That's
else on the series? Oh, now there's two series. Did you want to talk about the draft lottery?
Yeah, let's do
I mean,
it.
we don't have to talk about it too much, but I don't know. It's just I
I
I I I
mean,
I hate it too.
like all that talk about is this rigged? Like you're 100%, you're getting all that talk from me. I think it's rigged. You know, I'm, I'm not normally someone to say that type of stuff, but yeah, I think it's 100% fixed.
I think I think the new draft lottery is just terrible. I know they're trying to do it so teams don't tank.
Tank, yeah.
And it's like whatever, they only have a 14% chance, so that's not this is good stuff like this is gonna happen, but it's like not one like I guess like the top three teams are all like great teams, like or not great teams, but the Mavs, the Spurs, and the Sixers gain top three picks, and then
I was about to mention the Spurs because
they don't deserve that. Let's be real.
yeah, but yeah, I mean, I think it's just funny. I mean, I
Yeah.
think I just it's hard to just see what happened and just not think it's there's stuff going on. It's really
Yeah.
it's really hard in my opinion to. I
And
mean,
just like
especially if you just look back. I mean, even LeBron joked about it. Like him going to
yeah.
Cleveland. And then
Uh-huh.
it just yeah, like Zion to the Pelicans right after they traded AD. But
Yeah. I don't know.
uh, yeah,
It's tough too because not to be biased, but like it's a West team too. So the West is looks
yeah.
like it's gonna be so stacked next year. And as a Warriors fan, I don't know. It kind of scares me a little bit.
Even at the time too, I know a lot has changed, but initially, right when I saw the Spurs got the second pick too, like I mean,
Yeah.
that was even I'm like, man, they're like setting them up for a Giannis trade.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
So, and then obviously the Cooper Flag thing too, but so um yeah, I mean, I think it's just gonna be interesting to see what Dallas does, just because I mean
Hmm.
they especially with Kyrie hurt, they obviously need. I mean, even when Kyrie gets healthy, I think they need more guard play, you know,
Hmm.
and then they just have so much forward depth right now.
Yeah.
Like they have more than what they need because they're gonna have Cooper, they're gonna have AD,
PJ.
Gafford, Lively, PJ. I feel like PJ is the one guy that might get moved just because like when you're really thinking about it, like where does he really fit into all this, you
I'm not
know?
gonna say him. I think Gafford might move too because I heard
Gafford.
he
Yeah.
wanted like a new contract.
Oh, okay.
So I just don't. I see them. I don't see them trading the pick. I know people saying, "Oh,
Yeah, I don't
Giannis."
see him
I see
training
them
them
just
either.
drafting Cooper Flag, to be honest.
Yeah.
So all this thing saying, they trade Luca. They were promised this pick. Yeah,
You can be honest. You can be honest.
I low key believe it, and I just hate this fit kind of for Cooper Flag. I know it's like on paper it's good. He's in a winning organization, but it's like there's just so many teams that like the Mavs do not deserve this. Like,
Yeah. Well, but I
but
mean, they just traded Luca, so that's why they got it. We can be
like
honest.
you saw him, he didn't even look happy. I don't know if you saw him, he didn't even look happy that the Mavs got it. Like, imagine you're a Wizards, you're a
I,
Jazz
I,
fan, you're a
I,
Hornets fan, and you
yeah.
saw your team win 15 games, and then you see the Mavs get the first pick.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I'd be pissed
Yeah.
if I was a fan of these other teams. I think it'll be interesting because I mean, they're in win now.
Hmm.
I mean, I know Kyrie got hurt, but. They're in win now. So, normally these young players, a lot of people, I'm not saying I'm one of these people, but I know a lot of people like, if he went to the Wizards, they're like, oh, he can make a bunch of mistakes. He could grow into his own,
Hmm.
blossom into the star that, people are projecting him to be. But now it's
Hmm.
just like, he's going to be in these games where it really matters. But I don't know. I think that's going to be better for him. I love
Me
that,
too.
so in terms of that, I mean, I'm happy for him. Like I think this like maybe it's not the best fit, but just in terms of just the games he's going to be in, he's going to be competing. They're going to be or they should be competing, especially when Kyrie gets back. I don't know. I just love it. Um, I think he's gonna get a great experience, and we'll see how it is. But they're
I
gonna have
know.
a great team, like you said. But
I wish Kyrie was, healthy because this team would be really, really good.
yeah,
I mean, he's gonna come back next year, but I
yeah.
think maybe they'll trade PJ or
There's
Gafford.
there's no way they don't trade somebody. Like they have to. Like I don't see them going into the season with all this forward depth. Like with the limited guard play that they have
Yeah,
now too, with the Kyrie hurt.
they're gonna have to trade for like a starting level guard that can like just like a bridge guard that can start for like 50 games before Kyrie gets back.
Like I know this would never happen, but I know I saw people talking about like Austin Reeves. Like if you just thought like Austin Reeves on this Mavs team without Kyrie right now, you know.
Um,
But I
um,
mean no, that would absolutely never happen.
I mean, I haven't heard any rumors, but I think a trade that would make sense for both sides. Yeah, I don't know. Like the money matches, if they can get I would if they can get Lonzo from the Bulls,
Mm,
just start for 40 games. I think you'd be able to get
yeah,
Cooper Flag involved a little bit. I don't know if that's realistic, but I think the Bulls have a bunch of guard depth
yeah,
and they need a big, maybe do a little Gafford for, Lonzo in a second or something. But I think they just need some type of point guard because it's like, who are they going to play at point guard, for,
yeah.
for
And,
50 games?
and then even when Kyrie gets back, they still need.
Yeah. They don't have a backup. I guess they have Jaden Hardy, but he's more of a two.
I mean, if they could somehow, I don't know if I haven't done any of the trade finders or trade
Mhm.
machines or whatnot, but like if they could somehow, I feel like Jalen Suggs would be a guy that I don't know. I feel like if they could somehow get him, I think that'd be good, specifically for when Kyrie gets back.
Mhm.
Just because I mean Jalen Suggs is one of the best just guard defenders in the league, and I think just
Oh, yeah. If
I
I'm
don't
the
know.
Magic,
I was
I
just
don't want
thinking
to give
about it
him
in terms
up.
of just Kyrie
Yeah.
is just he's coming off a major injury, just so pairing him in the backcourt with just a great defender I feel
Yeah.
like that's something that would really help. And he does have offensive upside. I think he's still
I think they would love that. If I'm the Magic, I'm not giving up Jalen Suggs for
even for the right pack.
I
Like if
if it was what P it would be Gafford. Then yeah, I guess I don't know. I really like Jalen Suggs, so I wouldn't try to
yeah.
give him up unless they give up, two or three first. But and
Mhm.
he's making a lot of money, but that would be a really, really good fit.
Yeah.
But I think they would probably go for a lower tier, like maybe like Alonzo, or I'm trying to think of it just would you because Anthony Simons could get traded, but I don't know. He's more of a scorer. I wouldn't do
Yeah,
that.
no, I don't like that fit to be honest.
I really like the Lonzo fit, to be
I'm
honest.
wondering, wait, this is I mean he's older, but is DeAnthony Melton still on what's it called? The six, am I
No,
where did we trade him off to? I forgot
he's
where
a he's a free agent.
he's a free agent right now.
Like the Warriors are interested in getting him back.
Yeah, I seen that. So,
He'd be a good fit too, yeah.
yeah,
He's
I
more of a
know he's coming
combo.
off a major injury too, but
Yeah.
but because that's a cheap option too for them. But
Maybe they signed in a Schroeder or something like that.
yeah,
Something like that would be smooth, but I don't know. Their whole franchise just they basically just got blessed.
yeah.
So
But
even
I mean,
if
I mean, like, come on. Yeah.
I wish it didn't, especially because bro, it feels like the West is getting everyone, and now
Yeah.
the Spurs, it's literally like because the second pick, Dylan Harper's a guard, so I can see them trading this pick, or I don't know. I know they're supposed to get, I don't know if you know much, but Dylan Harper, so it would just be weird him, Fox, and Castle.
No, I
But
know. Yeah. But
uh,
that's why I mean it would be interesting to see because I think Giannis. I mean, I think he's supposed to have meetings with the Bucks, right? That might be this week already. I think I might have seen that last week where he's meeting with them and stuff to talk about the future or whatnot. But
if you're the Warriors, do you want Giannis?
I mean, I feel like the only way we get him is if he like pushes for that, you know?
Hmm.
Because like I don't think we're gonna we I don't think we really have a package that are like I'm not saying we'll have a bad package, but I think just there's just other teams that will have just way better packages. So unless he like pushes for it, it's like he's like I want to go to Golden State. It's like
But
I
it'll
don't I don't
be a weird fit because Draymond, Jimmy, and Kaminga all don't shoot. Some presumably like one or two of those are in the package.
yeah, oh, 100%. Yeah.
I don't know which one. Maybe you do.
Well, definitely Kaminga's gonna be in it.
Yeah, it'll be Kaminga for sure. Sign and
Yeah.
trade, and then I don't know if it's Jimmy or it's probably Draymond and Kaminga.
Yeah.
And
I
I don't
mean,
know. It's
it's
just
I don't really see it happening unless I mean I guess if he pushes for it, but
yeah, that's what
uh,
I'm saying. I don't really see it happen.
that's the one thing that can really shake things up even more just this offseason.
Giannis, yeah.
If he does push for it, just a trade or if he demands a trade, whatever.
I honestly I see him demanding for it because it's like the Bucks really can't do anything for them to be a good team because James
Yeah.
out for the year. They have no picks,
Yeah.
have no young guys. Like there's
Yeah.
really nothing they can do to even be like even give him like even if he just loves Milwaukee, he still wants at least a shot. But like no
Yeah.
Dame, Kuzma, it's like and he has no picks. So the Bucks are in a real bad spot, to be honest.
Yeah, you're right. But so I mean, yeah, we'll just have to see what happens this offseason though. But it's gonna be good. It's gonna
Did
be
you see the Sixers trade for Giannis?
Oh, I thought that got shut down.
Oh, it got shut
Like
down.
oh, I mean, I think that was the Kevin Durant rumors that got shut down that I saw.
Because they
Yeah.
got the third pick and they have Paul George contract, which just makes like and
Oh,
it would probably be third.
yeah.
McCain I wouldn't do it for KD just because he's old, but for Giannis, I would
No,
probably
I
do
think
it.
that's why they shut it. I thought I saw something. I could be
I
wrong.
think I saw the KD shut down, but
Yeah.
if I'm Phoenix, I want to keep
That's
KD.
another thing too. I mean, we talked about it before, but what happens with Katie and all that. But
I don't. Hopefully, one of KD or Giannis goes out east because it just I don't know
I
with
don't know though.
with
Well,
the Tatum out too next year. I don't know. The East just kind of fried.
yeah. Yeah. But yeah.
Um, anything else?
No, I think that's it for this. Thank you guys for watching this. We'll continue to do reactions. Just I mean, it's about to be the finals and just each of these games. So just stay tuned.
Mhm.
Peace.